Hi, I'm Captain Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Within the last couple days, we've been having big female sheephead start coming in. So all out here by the jetties, all along these rocks out here, using from a 3/4 ounce weight to all the way up to a 3 ounce weight. Right on top of the hook, we've been catching 18 to 22-inch sheephead out here. We've been catching steel bull reds. We've been catching good drum out here. We've also been catching some pompano. So all the way around these jetties and around these granite rocks have been holding bigger sheephead than that was there here just a couple weeks ago. So if the weather's right, out here with live shrimp, we've been catching a little bit of everything out here. I've even noticed today that the Spanish mackerel are starting to show up. So you'll get out there and start seeing them busting the water. That's what they are. They're Spanish mackerel. You can tie on a gold or silver spoon with a little wire leader, and Spanish mackerel are good on the pit, smoked. So a lot of good fish, a lot of bait has been working out here. So a lot of good fish out here by the university, this pier right out here, or by this next pier, Channel View Pier. All this area right in here's been holding slot reds. We've been catching black drums, some sheephead out here. There's been some trout, popping corks, and your favorite plastics, or even live shrimp. I've noticed that even the small little shrimp, we've been catching, them 20 to 22-inch trout out there. All out here in front of Fina docks and out on the side up against these poles and these rock pilings out here. There have been good sheephead in here. We've been catching slot reds. We've also been catching a few pompano through here. Out in front, you can stay up here up against this dock, up against this wall and these rocks. Good numbers of sheephead. The bigger ones are showing up. If you get off of it out here in this 20 to 25 foot of water, using a 3 ounce weight right on top of the hook, live shrimp or cut mullet or cut menhaden, we've been catching a bull red still right out here in front in that deeper water. If you get over here by these houses, up against these docks, we call it peewees. We've been catching a lot of good sheephead through here mixed in with black drum. So you cannot tie up to the docks, but you can use your trolling motor for your spot lock, or you can anchor. But all this little area is working real well. With the southeast winds blowing like they have been, the tides are coming up. So the flats were pretty low here last week. Now they're starting to come in. So if you're looking for them redfish or black drum and you've been fishing back in island moorings, them fish are coming out of island moorings back here in the back of the houses, and they're coming through this gut heading towards Coyote. So all of this flat back over here has been black drum and redfish. If you keep going further back up against these islands, it's pretty shallow getting back in here. Be careful. But in these deeper pockets along these islands, we've been catching good reds and black drum through here. So all this area, all the way back out to the east shoreline, has been holding good fish, black drum and redfish primarily. Back here by these houses, up in these grass beds, there have been redfish through here, cut mullet, cut pin perch has been working real well, and menhaden's been working real well. So all this area around island moorings and back here on the east flats, still holding decent fish. Like I was saying, that water has come back up with them east winds, southeast winds. So if you get over here in the big bayou and come on in and start working up in this shallower water, especially those of you with them skinny water boats, live mullet, even mud minnows, been good redfish working all back here in these back coves up in this skinny water all the way to Big Cut. You can jump back across and get over here by Little Cut all the way to Trout Bayou. There have been good reds back here up in this shallow water all the way back here, and probably 8 to 12 inches of water. Them redfish are up skinny, and so are the black drum. If you're looking for the black drum, get them jumbo dead shrimp with just a lead head, and that's the way we've been catching them. You can also come over here right now, over to the Klondikes, working these reefs all the way over here on the Klondikes, popping cork or free lining. There have been good numbers of black drum been through here, also mixed in with redfish. So all this all the way back over to the old terminal has been holding good fish through here, especially when that water's up like it's starting to come in. These are the areas you want to target, is all this right in here. If you're looking for them trout, well, you might want to tie on a popping cork or even a topwater plug and start getting on a good drift and just work it all the way back through here. There's been good numbers of fish, good numbers of bigger trout through here. And early in the morning, getting on these good drifts have really been helping out, especially with these light winds. Once they get up about 10 mile an hour, it starts pushing you about the right direction you want to be. So all of this area from Estes to Redfish Bay, potential for good fish. When the weather's been right, I've been running out here to Corpus Bay, out to these gas wells. There have been the speckled trout are showing up out here. The further you go east, over by Shamrock, the trout are a lot thicker over there by Shamrock. But they're starting to show up out here in the middle of Corpus Christi Bay out on these wells. What I like about out here in the middle, there have been redfish being caught out here. There's been black drum. There's been good numbers of sheephead out here all on these gas wells and along these rocks. The pompano are starting to show up out here, so shrimp is a ticket. You can either free line it or you can put a little weight right on top of the hook, just a 3/8 ounce weight or even smaller. Lighter you can go, the better you do. So all these areas out here in Corpus Bay on these gas wells been holding good fish. Those of you that don't have a boat, out here at Indian Point Pier, there have been black drum out here on this pier right now. They're starting to show up over here. So those of you that don't have a boat and need a place to go fish, they opened this up a few months ago, and this is a good area to catch your black drum, some speckled trout, and maybe even catch a red on that pier. All this over here on Portland shoreline, on these broken down piers out here. There have been black drum we've been catching out here. We've been catching speckled trout. If you can get up real tight up on the shoreline with some cut mullet or live mullet or even cut menhaden, been catching numbers of redfish all through here on this shallow bank, all the way back up to the La Quinta Channel. So all this area has been holding fish. If you find the bait, you're going to find the fish.
Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monte.